And I'm Jessica Flores, in for Julie Watts.
It's 4:57. Lawmakers are coming out against the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy on illegal immigration after pictures emerge of undocumented children in what appears to be metal cages.
Now, victims of the wine country wildfires just suffered another blow. A bill that would have streamlined the process for their insurance claims just died in the state Senate. The U.S. government has separated at least 2,000 children from parents at the border since April. Now, Democratic lawmakers are voicing their anger over the family separations, and they're demanding that the Trump administration change its policy. And speaking of small homes, this 1920s cottage that measures 897 square feet in downtown Palo Alto is listed for $2.6 million. That works out to about $2,900 a square foot. You're really paying for the location. It's just minutes from Stanford and dozens of tech companies. Now, Devin, I went to Stanford, and I can tell you no student's going to be able to afford that house after graduating. Well, unless they start a startup or something.
I think the thing is, with tiny homes, at least there's a tiny price tag. Like if you get a tiny home with a big price tag, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't seem worth it. I know they're talking about the location, but you're getting like a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. No, I'm sorry, not going to do it.
Yeah.
And similar rallies were held in cities across the nation, including Parkland, Florida. That was the site of the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Graduation ceremonies will be held there today, but 4 members of the class of 2018 will not be there to receive their diplomas. Meadow Pollock, Nicholas Dwaret, Carmen Shintra, and Joaquin Oliver were among the 17 students and staff killed when a gunman stormed the school in February and opened fire. New this morning, Spain has a new prime minister. Pedro Sanchez, 24 hours after Mariano Rajoy was defeated in a no-confidence motion in the Spanish Congress. It's the first time a Spanish prime minister has come to power as the result of a no-confidence vote. The city of Los Angeles is poised to hire a new police chief, and a top cop in San Francisco is a finalist. Bill Scott took over as San Francisco's police chief in early 2017 after spending nearly 3 decades with LAPD. Now he's reported to be among 3 finalists in Los Angeles. The mayor of LA said he will probably name someone tomorrow. All this comes after the current police chief in LA said he'll retire by the end of the year. Now, the president sent out a string of tweets this morning on immigration. He falsely said crime is way up in Germany due to immigration. Here's the fact. Crime in Germany hit the lowest levels since 1992, according to data from Germany. Still, the president says, quote, "We don't want what is happening with immigration in Europe to happen with us." An appeals court in Riverside County has reinstated California's assisted suicide law. At least for now. The court gave opponents of the law until July 2nd to file a petition. Last month, a Riverside County judge declared the procedure in which the law was passed is unconstitutional. The law gives terminally ill patients with less than 6 months to live the ability to request end-of-life drugs from their doctors. 5 other states and Washington, D.C. currently have their own right-to-die laws in place. The late physicist Stephen Hawking has taken his rightful place among Britain's greatest scientists. His ashes were interred at Westminster Abbey yesterday between Charles Darwin and Sir Isaac Newton. Hawking died in March at the age of 76 after decades of living with motor neuron disease. After yesterday's service, a message of peace, hope, and global harmony, recorded in Hawking's own words, was beamed into space. Hawking's daughter, Lucy, says the transmission would be aimed at the nearest black hole. The Navy has revealed plans to retest part of Hunters Point shipyard in San Francisco over concerns of a botched cleanup. An investigation found soil samples used to test for radiological contamination are unreliable. 2 former Tetra Tech employees admitted to falsifying records. Though the company has denied any wrongdoing. The Navy will start with Parcel G, which is the first in line for redevelopment. It has also agreed to retest Parcel A, where people are already living. The Navy maintains that land is safe. Tetra Tech has offered to pay for independent retesting of the shipyard. The process is expected to begin in the fall and last 3 to 6 months. A popular breakfast cereal is being recalled because it could contain salmonella. Honey Smacks is being blamed for making at least 73 people sick nationwide. About 24 of those people had to be hospitalized. The recalled boxes all have best if used by dates ranging from June 2018 to June 2019. Kellogg's makes the cereal and says it's investigating how the contamination occurred. In the state Senate race, a new poll found State Senator Kevin DeLeon is clinging narrowly to second place against incumbent Senator Dianne Feinstein. She has support from 36% of likely voters, while DeLeon trails behind at 11%, just a few percentage points ahead of Republican James Bradley and Paul Taylor. Only the top two will advance to the November election. The primary is Tuesday, and more than 1.6 million ballots have already been cast by mail.
Thanks,
I love the
Julie.
90s, so I love that we saw that in your forecast.
Yes, we have one more day, so you can enjoy it for one more day.
Well, better start getting used to shorter showers and larger loads of laundry. California has become the first state in the nation to enact tougher water efficiency standards. They will limit how many gallons each person in each water district on average can use inside their home each day. And some feel it won't be enough for many families. In 2022, homes will be limited to 55 gallons of water per person per day. By the year 2030, that number falls to just 50 gallons per person per day.
I get it. I understand that we're trying to preserve, but 55 gallons a day with a child and just every day having to wash clothes, that's just, in my opinion, not feasible.
I couldn't do it. My family's way too large.
Now, to give you some perspective, an 8-minute shower uses about 17 gallons of water, a load of laundry up to 40, and a bathtub can hold 80 to 100 gallons of water. Water districts that don't meet the new standards could face fines up to $10,000. A new park has been unveiled in Santa Rosa to honor the life of Andy Lopez. The 13-year-old was shot and killed in 2013 after Sonoma County Sheriff Deputy Eric Galhouse mistook Andy's BB gun for a real weapon. Investigators ruled the shooting was justified. Now Andy's family is honoring him with Andy's Unity Park in the Moorland neighborhood. Sonoma County officials spoke at the opening ceremony yesterday as family members laid out flowers to dedicate the park to Andy. It's the same neighborhood where he died 5 years ago. Sonoma County officials say the community played a huge role in helping design the $3.7 million park.
Welcome back to KPIX 5 this morning. The time is 6:29. I'm Melissa Kane.
And good morning. I'm Jessica Flores in for Devin Feely. Let's start this half hour with a check on our forecast. Here's Julie Watts.
More sunshine, ladies.
Yes, I love it. And still to come, the growing list of pot-friendly celebrities who have launched their own line of marijuana products. California utilities will invest nearly $768 million on electric car infrastructure. It will include expanding charging stations and establishing facilities in disadvantaged communities where traffic and air pollution is heavy. The state is moving towards a goal of 5 million zero-emission cars on the road by 2030. In January, Governor Jerry Brown outlined the $2.5 billion proposal. A big pot festival is underway at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds this weekend. It's called the Cannabis Cup. It's only the second festival of its kind in the country where people over 21 can buy marijuana. The Fairgrounds has hosted cannabis events in the past, but some vendors say it's a different crowd now that pot is legal and can be consumed on site.
People a little bit more timid as far as like what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do, or people a little upset maybe when we tell them we can only sell an ounce at a time, or the prices are so high compared to last year.
The event also features live music and plenty of food. The festival continues later this morning. Thanks for joining us. Go out and enjoy the weekend.
For us to call it a morning. Thank you for watching KPIX 5 News this morning.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 o'clock with Melissa Kane. We hope you enjoy your weekend.